Hello, everyone, and welcome to this series of interviews. My name is Alvaro Llobet, and here today we are going to talk about Marco Track and Trace, our green supply chain management platform. For this conversation, on where we are going to talk more about functionalities and use cases, I have here today Raul Gutierrez, our Track and Trace team lead. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm going to start with the first question. What is Marco Track and Trace?
Marco Track Trace is a platform for green supply chain management. And I will say that I want to make emphasis on the green, that is in the core for our platform. And I will also mention blockchain, because we use Marco Track and Trace with blockchain technology to help us on the traceability and transparency.
I think you nailed it with the point of green and the part of blockchain. I think that we can give a little bit of context to the people that are listening to this and viewing us. At the end, for the last years, we have evolved our platform. We started, I think, more than 3 years ago, building a traceability solution. At the end, that was our idea with Marco Track and Trace. Blockchain is very linked, as you said, with sustainability and also with traceability. So we started creating a traceability platform, and that was our objective. But over the last years, we have seen that more than traceability, what we are doing is solving sustainability problems for our companies, for our customers at the end. So I think that beyond that idea of traceability, we are now, and we have realized that over the last years, is we are building a sustainability platform to serve our customers with all their sustainability needs. At the end, I would say our customers and all the companies in the world now understand that sustainability is a need for us to address. All of them are working a lot. The idea is to facilitate that work. They need to do a lot of work on operation, but then also there's a lot of regulatory landscape at the end. There's a lot of uncertainty. What we want to do is to try and address that uncertainty and make it easy for them to work with that.
Blockchain will help us to do that, because another main feature of the blockchain technology is transparency. So it links very well with all what you say about traceability, transparency, and sustainability.
Exactly. I think is a fit. At the end, what our customers, I think, understand is that blockchain at the end and that auditory or that regulatory landscape are completely complementary. But I think that brings us into, as I said, we have evolved Marco Track and Trace over the last years, but what would you say are the main features now of Marco Track and Trace? How are we thinking of that technology platform?
Yeah, we are focused on, I would say, 3 main things. One of the main features is digital product passport. This is something that governments and regulatory agencies are start working with, asking companies to have this digital product passport for assets, for carbon emissions, for traceability and sustainability at the end. So this is one of our main focuses, creating a digital product passport understandable, easy to manage for the companies, and easy to understand for the people, these regulatory agencies, the governments, or people who want to access this digital product passport, and transparent, making use of the blockchain.
Exactly, and I think that one of the things we are seeing, and this is a push coming from the European Union, is that we have, I think, 2 focuses to address. By one side, companies need to share information with governments at the end, and this is happening every day. Like we are seeing now a lot of push in batteries, for example, in chemicals. At the end, many different products need to be shared. The information need to be shared, But also, one thing that I think you commented that is very important is the people. Like the general public should have information of where their products are coming from, all the traceability behind it, and also a lot of information that our companies, our customers and companies could share. And I think that even though this could be seen sometimes as a push and negative, companies should address it on a positive way. Like many of our customers are doing a big effort and a lot of push in implementing sustainability practices. You should share that with your customers. They are going to appreciate there's a positive value behind it.
I will say that society nowadays is more green aware or has more green awareness, let's say. If you as a company are pushing green policies, you are pushing sustainability policies in your company, why don't you share this with the general public? No, that is something that people is interested on, no, to see that you are a green company. So share this with the society.
I completely agree. And following on the question of which other functionalities, no, are we now developing, and at the end, what are we're seeing our customers use more, I would also speak about something that is the emission tracking. No, so at the end, as you were saying, we are pushing a lot sustainability policies, and now there's a concern that is at the end validated because the climate change and many of the things we are seeing in our world, that is the carbon emissions, no, greenhouse gas emissions. One of the things, as you said, in our digital product passport is to be able to understand the product beyond the visual of the product itself, but also the information of that product, no? And I think that one of the informations that the public is more looking to right now is at the end, greenhouse emissions, no? How you see this in Marco Track and Trace, and how do you think this is going to evolve?
In Marco Track and Trace, we are focusing our efforts also in this traceability of the carbon emissions, because we know this is something that people start to look when you buy something. I mean, general public is starting to making itself questions about what is the cost in terms of carbon emissions of this product that I'm buying. And this is not related only to the company that builds this product. Is related to all the supply chains, since the beginning of the raw materials that we use, the transport that we need to get these materials to our factories, etc., until the end of the final product, no? So we are trying to track since the beginning till the product is in the shop, let's say, to track these carbon emissions and to put this also in the digital product passport. And this way you can see the real carbon emissions since the beginning till the end of this product.
And I think that adds a lot of value at the end, because what we are seeing now is that companies at the end are building on and are creating systems that are at the end measuring these carbon emissions, but only on their companies, like on their specific companies. But this is not an individual problem. We should address it as it is a chain, a value chain problem, no? As you said, from the raw materials to the final product, we need to have a real understanding of what are the emissions of that product. And that's what we are willing to accomplish now with Marco Track and Trace. That brings me into another question now around functionalities. One of the things that now we are building also is enabling at the end documents of regulation, what we call scheme regulation inside Marco Track and Trace. Could you speak more about this functionality?
One of the features, the new features that we are working on Marco Track Trace, is the ability not only to create these scheme regulations, make it easy for the companies to create these documents that they need for regulatory agencies, but also link these documents onto the digital product passport. Again, when people see this digital product passport, see all the carbon emissions from all the supply chains, they also can see these documents that certify by regulatory agencies that certify that the companies are saying is true.
I think that what you said is completely on the point. No? As a platform, as Marco Track and Trace, what we are willing to is to complement the regulatory landscape that we have, no, in any country that we are working on and any customer that we are working on, no. So at the end, we have many regulatory agencies working today with many different schemes, no, that they have. We know ISCC, we know ISO, ISO, no, but we have many of them, and many of them are going to rise over the next years, no. So as you said, I think we are helping customers be more, as we said at the beginning, no, compliant and make sustainability easier for them. And also what we want is that and I think this all links together, no? As we have a digital product passport, as we have the information of the product and we are showing it, also we bring this inside the digital product passport, no? We bring it inside the information of the product. So at the end, you can share it with your customers, with stakeholders, and also with regulatory agencies. And going a step further, what we are willing to do, no, what we are doing, in fact, with many of our customers also, is making audits more simple. Because sustainability audits are complex. We know that any audit is complex. But as you are having a platform that is working across your different products with all this sustainability information, you can do it more easy. This comes into the functionality that we have, that is the automated mass balance, the bookkeeping of the sustainability credits, no? That at the end is what we inside the platform call also inventory management. I think that we have, I would say, one of the most robust inventory management systems in terms of what we can see on the current platforms today. Can you explain us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because we have all the information since the beginning of the product. We can track easily the inventory of these products, and we can make your life easier, in terms of manage the balance of the products. So yeah, this is also a thing that we've been working on MarcoTrack Trace to make this inventory not only robust but also easy to use and easy to understand. That is, I think, important for the companies and for the people at the end that is using the platform.
That's great. And then maybe going a little bit into a next question, no? Beyond the functionalities that we have been speaking, I want to ask you more about blockchain. No, you mentioned before, no, that one of our differentiators is that we use blockchain, but can you navigate a little bit more into why and how we use blockchain inside MarcoTrack and Trace?
Yeah, about why, it's easy. You can just Google blockchain, benefits of blockchain, and you for sure are going to find traceability, transparency. So these are things that are linked to what we are saying, no? What we are working on. So for me, it's a logical conclusion to use blockchain to achieve these important things, no? Traceability, transparency. We use blockchain as a source of truth. We are not creating dependencies between MarcoTrack and Trace platform and the blockchain. We also can use multiple blockchains. We've been working a lot with Ethereum, for instance, and now we are working also with Algorand, that is another blockchain technology. We make use of the blockchain, but our platform is built in robust and proof secure languages.
And I think that that's a very good point, because the question that many people asks us, no, like people and things that MarcoTrack and Trace is built, as you said at the beginning, no, on top of the blockchain, like we are programmed inside the blockchain. No, at the end that's not how it works. No, we use the technology whenever we see a benefit for it, but at the end MarcoTrack and Trace is built as other many classic, no, or we can say at the end other platforms, but that doesn't include any complexity for the user. No, at the end we grab the benefits of the technology without the complexity.
It's not a blockchain application.
Exactly.
It's an application that uses blockchain.
Exactly. And then, as you said, something that is very interesting. We have been using Ethereum for a very long time. Mm-hmm. We are blockchain agnostic on that way. We can use many different blockchains, but now we are also using Algorand. No, can you explain us why?
Yeah, we are working on green solutions. So it's important also for us to make more green our processes. And this is a debate that has been there since the beginning of blockchain, no? That is costs in terms of carbon consumption is so high, but this is true for maybe for cryptocurrencies, maybe for the beginning of the first blockchain technologies, but nowadays we have other technologies like Algorand, for instance, that is focused on low even zero carbon emissions and is focused on make a real green blockchain solution. So this is why we are starting to use more Algorand, because this green is not also important for our customers, it's also important for us.
Maybe then I think we covered everything around blockchain. Now we can address maybe another question that many of our customers have. That is a little bit, we are a no-code platform at the end. No? What that means for everyone to understand is that Marco Track and Trace doesn't need any code for it to work in terms of the user. Like you don't need to learn to code or to know how to code. At the end is an interface and you can interact with it very easily, no? And you can have a very easy adaptation to using Track and Trace. We have seen that, no? With our customers. Then the question is, why should enterprises start using more software as a service and also no code applications instead of building applications for their use cases?
If you want a car, you are not going to build a car, you are going to just buy the car that suits you better, no? It's kind of the same with software. If you have a software like Marco Track and Trace that built to be easy to understand and easy to use, and you don't need to learn anything, you don't need to learn any code to start working on it, to start creating your supply chains, your workflows, etc. Why don't you use this instead of building your own car? Just use what other people that is expert on this has built for you, no?
I completely agree. And also I would add that one of the problems of building your own software is, I would say 2 points, more than one, is by one side, the cost of maintenance, no? So you need to carry on with all the cost, the development cost and also the maintenance cost, without taking into consideration architecture in terms of how that cloud solution or that on-premise solution is going to cost, impact on cost, direct cost. I would say also that my biggest point for addressing or using software as a service is more the evolution of the software, no? Sustainability is now something that is changing every day. We are seeing new regulations, we are seeing new technologies rising, we are seeing different demands on use cases. So sustainability is going to evolve, same as sustainability software. So I would say that using SaaS is something that you should address, because then the software is going to evolve with the needs of the market and maybe is going to provide you with new solutions that you were not aware of. No? So at the end, I think that kind of the evolution of the software is one of the biggest capabilities of SaaS. At the end, that updates are going to arrive to you maybe without needing you to ask for them, no? And even realizing that you need that functionality.
Exactly. This is our thing. We are always looking for new technologies and we are always looking on how to improve our platform. So let us be occupied on this and you can worry of your things.
And maybe for finishing this interview, I think that we can address something that is interesting. No, as always, is good to know in terms of what is coming next. No, in Marco Track and Trace, maybe how we see the vision of the product, how it has changed over the last months, no, and maybe the last year, and what is coming next.
As we've been saying, we are having this green concept in our core. So we've been orbiting around this green idea and start working on things that can complement this. For instance, one of the features that are coming is automatic carbon offsetting. It's not only that you can track the carbon emissions of your products, your assets, it's also that we are going to facilitate you the offsetting of these carbon emissions.
I think that what we have been seeing over the last months, no, and over the last year is that, as you said, green, no, at the end, low carbon products, no, sustainable products, recycled products are now our main focus, our core, no, and then we have different services around it, no. All those services can work independently. That is, I think, one of the shifts, but also all of them have at the end connections between, no? As you were saying, we have the digital product passport, then we have the calculation of the carbon emissions. And one of the things we are looking for now is that whenever you're going to scale this, you are going to have many different digital product passports created automatically. You're going to have many carbon emissions created, no? And then you will need to offset it if you want, no? Many companies are looking into that net zero objective in 2025, 2026, 2030. So then, if you want to achieve that net zero and you want to offset your carbon, why don't do it maybe on that side, no, automatically? No, that is one of the functionalities we are looking for. We are looking into how we can connect into that carbon market that already exists. Many different providers are there. And then, as we have, and we are been saying, no, all that information around the product, all that information about the carbon emissions, then automatically offset those emissions, no? And that, I think, is one of the key features that are going to come into this maybe this year, no, that we are going to offer our customers. So then, Raul, thank you very much for being here today. I think we have given the audience a great overview of our product, of what we have been doing, the evolution, some questions that always come into our conversations.
No, thank you for having me anytime you want.
Perfect. So we will see each other in a next interview. I hope you enjoy it. And also, if you would like to know more about any of these functionalities or any questions that you have, you can contact the Finboot team. Thank you very much.